Hey everybody, it's Mixed Critical here, and not the other day, but a good while ago, I want to say around like April-ish, I can't remember exactly, but a good friend of mine came up to Nashville. We went to a hardcore show in a Tex-Mex restaurant. It was a really fun time. And then the next day, we were, sitting on my couch, chilling, and he suggested that we watch a movie, and I said, sure, what do you want to watch? And he suggested The Descent from 2005. And this movie pissed me the fuck off. Oh my god. I gotta pull up like the cast real quick. Cause there's only, you know what, fuck it, I ain't gonna worry. So The Descent from 2005, basically it follows like this group of women. I can't remember how many, it's like, I wanna say 6 or something like that, I don't know. But the main character, Sarah, and like, her best friend, Juno, the movie opens up with them like whitewater rafting and whatnot, because these girls are thrill seekers. Like, they wanna go out and do shit. It's real fun and exciting. Adrenaline junkies, yeah. So they're whitewater rafting, right? And then it's real fun. They're like, oh my god, we're whitewater rafting. And then, they wash up on shore, and then, they're loading up all their gear and whatnot. And, Sarah's like doing stuff, and then it pans to like this guy who is supposed to be Sarah's husband, but the movie doesn't really do a great job of conveying that, because it doesn't do a great job of conveying a lot of things right off the bat, right? So it shows like Juno and Sarah's husband talking, and like, it's supposed to be like, oh, well, there's some crazy going on here. It's an affair, spoiler alert, but like, doesn't really do, again, a fantastic job of conveying that. I don't think it does, rather. But it's also been a minute since I watched it, so maybe I'm misremembering stuff. I don't know. Anyway, that's not what we're going to talk about. So, they load up in the car, and they're talking and whatnot, and Sarah's driving, and then a car accident happens. They're driving behind, like, this truck that has, like, a bunch of, like, fucking metal poles or damn, like, logs. I can't remember exactly. But, it comes out and it fucking impales her husband and, like, also kills her child. So it's real sad, right? She ends up in the hospital because she was in a car accident. And he's like, oh no, my family's dead. This is horrible. And then, it cuts a few years later. She's taking, like, pills, and it's supposed to be like, I guess it's supposed to convey, like, oh, she's got a drug addiction. But again, it doesn't really convey this super well. It's just like, oh yeah, there's some pills, and she misses her daughter. I don't know. But anyway, her friends are like, hey, we're going to go dive in this cave, and you're going to come with us. And she was like, I don't really want to. He's like, nah, we're going to do it. They're all British, by the way. So it's more like, good evening, we're going to go dive in this cave, yeah? And it's like, we really don't want to, yeah? Is it too bad, yeah? Come on now. And, they go to fucking Appalachia, which is a horrible idea. A cave in Appalachia. Like, that's your first mistake right there. First, second, and fourth. You know what? Fuck it. Yeah, fourth. Anyway, so they're road tripping, going to this cave in Appalachia, right? So they reach it, and they're like, all right, yeah, let's go down this cave, yeah? I'm going to stop doing that. So they start going in the cave, and, like, it's like, oh, yeah, cool, we're in this cave, yeah. And, they're going through it, and eventually there's a cave in, and Sarah gets stuck in it, and she just because she's the main character, it's like, oh my god, all this horrible stuff is happening to Sarah. So they get her out, and now it's like, okay, well, shit, we're stuck in this cave. All right, this is where the horror begins. So it's like, oh man, it's tense. They're low on light and food. It's like, oxygen, and it's a crutch against time, right? And then, like, it's like, oh, maybe they're not alone in this cave. Maybe there's something else. There is something else. It's like these weird, like, elf-looking things. I think they're called crawlers. I can't remember. Anyway, that's not important. What is important is that as they're going through the cave, there's, like, this one character with, like, short hair. She's kind of like a tomboyish character. And she sees, like, light on the wall. It ends up being revealed that it's, like, a certain kind of phosphorus, and, like, it emits light. But she thinks it's a way out, so, like a dumbass, she rushes ahead without her friends, and, she, like, falls and breaks her leg. And, like, you can see the bones sticking out of it and everything. It's crazy, right? So they're like, fuck, you're a dumbass. Anyway, let's fix your leg. So they, like, fix her leg, and, they're like, ah, shit, this is bad because now our friend's leg is injured. We gotta find a way out, so they continue trying to find a way out, right? So stuff, progresses, and then eventually they start getting attacked by these crawlers, right? And this is where shit really hits the fan, right? Because these things are eating them, and you know what? Like they get into like this room, and it's kind of like a pseudo feeding pile. There's like bones and shit on the floor, and they're like, oh, this is so crazy because there's like human remains as well as animal remains. These things are fucking So then a fight breaks out. Some of the girls get taken away. One of them gets like their throat ripped out, and then Juno, the MVP of this movie, by the way, I'll get to it here in a second, but she starts fucking swinging, like she's like getting jumped. She is getting jumped by like 3 of these fuckers. Okay, she's getting jumped by 3. So then she's like, she's able to kill one, right? And there's this one girl whose name I can't remember. I'm gonna call her Stupid Girl because she's fucking stupid. This is fresh after Juno just killed something. Adrenaline's pumping. She's acting on instinct. She is not thinking. She is just doing. Stupid Girl just kind of walks up behind Juno and doesn't say anything. So naturally, Juno assumes it's another one of the crawlers, so she fucking swings and plants an ice pick in Stupid Girl's neck. She's gonna die, right? So then, upon seeing that it's Stupid Girl, Juno's like, oh, fuck. She doesn't really say anything, it's just, shock and whatnot. But then, like, she pulls the ice pick out, and, like, Stupid Girl, like, reaches out and, like, grabs, like, a necklace that, like, Sarah's husband gave her or something like that, and it says something like cherish the day or whatever. So she grabs it, and then she falls, and then Juno like doesn't finish her off, obviously, because it's like, it's a horrible situation. Like if I accidentally stabbed one of my homies in the neck with an ice pick after I just got done killing one of these fucking things, and they don't fucking say anything to me upon having seen me freshly kill something, I'm tweaking out. I'm like, and they just like, you know what I'm saying? And I swing on them. I think you deserve to bleed out, honestly. So it is Stupid Girl's fault entirely that she died. It could have been avoidable. A simple Juno, and then it's like, boom, problem solved. But she didn't say a fucking word. She deserved to die. So when the movie progresses, they're all separated, right? Sarah's like in this other feeding pit, and she like crawls out of some viscera, and it's real disgusting and gross. And she's like, "Oh my god, this is disgusting and gross." And then Stupid Girl is also in the pit, and she finds her, and she's like, "Oh my god, Stupid Girl, it's you. What are you doing here?" And then Stupid Girl is like, "Don't trust Juno," and then handed her like the necklace. So then Sarah, without even hearing Juno's side of anything, is just like, oh, she killed my friend and she's fucking my husband? This bitch is dead. And it's like, this is the dumbest shit ever. Okay? So anyway, movie progresses. Juno is with 2 of the other girls. I think like at this point, half of them are dead. So there's like 4. So there's probably like 6 or 7 members of this group. I can't remember. But anyway, movie progresses, and Juno is still fucking 1v1ing, 1v2ing, 1v5ing all these fucking crawlers, just fighting them off, being goated because she's like that. And then, the other 2 girls, one of them tries to like cross a chasm that they had crossed previously in the movie, but because she's not, athletic or whatever the fuck, she ends up like dying, and like one of the crawlers like rips her throat out, and she's like dangling from the cave ceiling and whatnot. So she's dead. So there's like 3 people left. And the other one dies somehow. I can't remember. Because like the only thing I remember really about this movie is how much the ending pissed me off. And we're about to get to that. So eventually, Juno and Sarah meet up. And Juno's like, oh my god, Sarah, thank God. It's been horrible. Our friends are dying left and right. Let's get out of here, right? I've caught this, and keep in mind at this point, Juno's caught legitimately like 7 bodies. Stupid Girl being one of them, but she's killed like 6 of these fucking crawlers, right? Like her KD is insane. But like Sarah being a dumbass, is like, I don't trust you. You killed a stupid girl, and you're fucking my husband. So she plants an ice pick in her fucking knee, and then like pulls it out. And then Juno is understandably confused. She's like, what the fuck, man? Why did you just plant an ice pick in my knee? And Sarah doesn't elaborate because she fucking sucks. So then it pans to like a shot and like of all these crawlers on the ceiling that's surrounding Juno. And Juno remains goated. I don't care about an affair, bro. Like if it was, I'm glowing, right? I'm radiating because I'm so fucking mad right now. Not anymore because I've calmed down. But like, if it were one of my homies and he fucked my husband... And like, but like, he was also like, if it was my homie Jack, the one that recommended we watch this movie, and it was like, Michael, I may have fucked your dad or your husband or whatever the fuck, but I've caught like 17 bodies. I was like, you know what? Dap me up. It's kind of tight. Let's get out of here. But no, since Sarah fucking sucks ass, she was like, oh man, she didn't even ask. She didn't even ask. She didn't ask, like, hey, what happened with Stupid Girl? Because if she did, Juno would have been like, yeah, she didn't say shit, and I swung on her because I thought she was a crawler, right? Stupid girl didn't say shit. And then she's talking about some, don't trust Sarah. You shouldn't trust your fucking self. Anyway, so Sarah gets out of the cave, right? She's crawling out, and like, well, actually, hold on, backtrack, because I didn't finish my thought with the crawlers surrounding Sarah. Because she's goated, she was like, you know what, fuck it, I'm not going out like a bitch. So she readies the ice pick, and she dies, obviously, because she's gonna get jumped by all these crawlers. But it's just like, I'm not a bitch. Yeah, I may have fucked my friend's husband, but I'm not a bitch. And she's not. She's goated. She is the hero. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to fucking hear it. Anyway, so Sarah's crawling out, and she crawls out of the ground, and she runs down the mountain, hops up in the whip, and she starts the car, and she's like, huh, and then she turns, and it's like the ghost of Sarah in the passenger seat, and that's where the movie ends. That's where the US version of the movie ends, which is what we watched. Apparently, there's a UK version where it turns out that section was just a dream or a hallucination because of like her drugs or whatever, and then it's suggested that she also gets eaten, and apparently, like, that ending was not family-friendly enough or whatever. It was too dark for this horror movie, so US version got the one where she just like escapes. It's also probably because so they can make a second movie, which I haven't watched, and honestly should watch that and then make a video that no one cares about me ranting about it. That was The Descent. It was pretty okay. It was all right. Fuck Sarah. She deserved everything that happened to her, and yeah, that's about it. See ya.